Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Mellon and I'm really pleased to say that I'm going to be your child's teacher as they move into Maple class in Year 4 next year. I've spoken to Mrs. Giacondi quite recently actually about the class, and she was very complimentary about every single child in that class. So I feel very lucky, very privileged to have such a nice, hard-working class coming up next year. Very much looking forward to it. I'll tell you a bit about our support staff as well. We have our teaching assistant, Miss Moore. She'll be sharing her time between Holly and Maple class. Very kind, very considerate, very supportive of the children. And we've also got Mrs. Costas at LSA, who will be within Maple class every day. And again, really considerate, very supportive for children. So very much looking forward to working with them as well. So I'm just going to take this opportunity just to show you what Year 4 is going to look like. Some of the similarities, some things will remain the same as Year 3 this year, but some things might look a little bit different, a few tweaks, a few changes, but hopefully this meeting or this video will make everything nice and clear. If not, if there are any questions or any concerns you've got, I'm sure if you want to send a message to the office and they'll pass it on to me, I'll be able to answer or clear up any questions that you might have. So let me introduce what Year 4 is going to look like. So as you know, your child will be moving into Maple class as they move into Year 4. I'll be their class teacher and we'll have Miss Moore as our teaching assistant. She'll be working half the time in Holly and half the time in Maple. And we also have Mrs. Costas, a learning support assistant as well, who'll be working one-to-one with a particular child. She'll be stationed in Maple class all day, every day. They're both very, very supportive, very, very professional, and I'm sure the children are going to really enjoy working with them. As for home learning, that will be exactly the same as Year 3, to be honest. So the expectations will be the same. We have the spellings that will go home on a Monday and they'll be tested on a Friday. 10 spellings and then a random bonus word will be chosen. The spelling list will be sent home, but they'll also be found on the website as well, just as they usually were in Year 3. Reading will be the same as well, so there's the same expectation for Key Stage 2 if they can complete approximately 20 minutes a night. But there's no expectation for it to be in the reading records every night. Obviously, with home life and work commitments, that's difficult. So we would like preferably to see perhaps the reading records signed 3 times a week. Children can also complete their activities on Rising Stars as well to support their reading. Times Table Rock Stars will be still going ahead. That'll be particularly important this year, and I'll explain why in a moment. And the home learning projects, exactly the same as before. They'll be based around our current topic. They'll be announced on the first week of each term. There'll be a letter on the year group page to explain what it will be and to give a few ideas, and those project letters will be found on the class pages. The deadline is usually, like I said, on the penultimate week, so that gives hopefully enough time to get a home learning project done. And it can take the form of your child's choice. Really, it doesn't have to be done in a particular format. Whatever you feel would benefit your child the most, or whatever's easier for you at home, because obviously, like I said, you have a lot to do with juggling home life and work commitments. Home learning expectations are pretty much exactly the same really, but the year group expectations are mostly the same as well for Year 3, but are slightly different in one way, in that we have a times table assessment which will be completed towards the end of the academic year. It is a formal test, but it's not a paper test like the SATs are. This is an electronic test, so it's done on a computer or a tablet. And this test will test the children's knowledge of their times tables, all the way from the 1 times table to the 12 times table. It's completed electronically, and it's very similar in style to the assessments on Times Table Rockstars. So the more that your child practices on Times Table Rockstars, the better, in theory, they'll do on the times table assessment towards the end of the academic year. So we do encourage them just to practice as much as they can on times table Rockstars, just so that instant recall is really sound and solid, because the faster their recall is, the more questions they can answer and the more they'll get correct and the higher their score will be. But that's the main difference between Year 3 and Year 4. In terms of PE in Forest School, no dates have been confirmed yet as to when PE in Forest School will occur, so we don't know what day that will be yet, but as soon as we do know and we can confirm it, it will be on the school website on the year group page, so you know when to bring in PE and Forest School clothes. So I'll make sure that's up and ready before the start date in September, so you know when your child can bring those in. We do ask, just as usual, for any clothing or accessories, whether it's school uniform, PE kit or Forest School clothes, are labelled with your child's name and class, just so we can get it back to you if it gets lost, and we can get it back to you ASAP. Obviously, with the price of PE clothes and school uniform at the moment, we don't want anybody losing them because they are so expensive, so we want to get them back to you as quickly as possible. So yeah, if you can label them with your child's name and class, that would be great. As always, any information can be found on the school website. It's got the most up-to-date information with dates and events. Any newsletters and letters will be on there as well. And hopefully some updates about what's going on in class 2, as well as the spelling, that week's spellings and their termly targets. But apart from that, if there is anything that isn't on the website that I can help with, do contact the office and I'll do my best to help. So hopefully that clarifies what Year 4 is going to look like. Obviously there'll be more information coming up about those PE and Forest School slots as well, which will make things a bit clearer and give you a chance to prepare when the children come back. But like I said, if you do have any questions or any concerns, anything I can do to help, do feel free to contact the office and I'm sure they'll send a message my way if there's anything I can do to help. So until then, I think that just remains for me to say to have a great summer. I hope you enjoy the weather, which will hopefully be around for a little bit longer. Have a nice 6 weeks off and I look forward to meeting you all very, very soon. Take care. Have a great break. I'll see you soon. Bye.